Hi there, I was watching H1 and I'm going to be doing my April wrap up. I read 15 books and it would have been 16, but I DNF'd one, so I'll do that one first. But I decided to do some math. I don't know why, I hate math, but I did it anyway. In the entire month, I read 4,127 words. And that was like on average about 137 and a half pages every day. So I thought that was really cool. I saw other people doing that and I wanted to see what my average came out to, and I thought that was really good for me. So I was super happy with that. But the book I DNF'd was Rogue by Mark Sullivan. Actually, I DNF'd two books. I forgot about one. The first one was Rogue by Mark Sullivan. I tried reading this for The Owls and Tome Topple. But I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it, to be honest. It was just about a CIA's top field operative stumbled across a US governmental conspiracy, and what he saw was enough to make him go rogue, basically. I don't know. I normally like sort of that kind of books to do with like survival. When it comes to like CIA and FBI and all that, but I started reading it and I don't know, I was bored. Yeah, I was just bored with it. I wasn't excited anyway. I really don't know. I just wasn't having any of it, so I DNF'd that one. The other book I don't have, it was on Scribd, so I'll put it up here. It's Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. I don't know, it's a YA, I think it's called fantasy, that's what it's under, I think. It's about werewolves. And I think I'm just past that at this point at my age, so I don't know. Some are good if they're done right and are exciting. I wasn't bored or anything, I just wasn't invested in the story, and I don't know, it just sounded like every other werewolf story to me. I don't know, it could have been different towards the end, I don't know, but I ended up DNFing it, nah. I wasn't enjoying it. But, other than that, that's the only two books I DNF'd, so. I'm going to get on to the owls that I completed. I completed all 12 of the prompts. The first one was Ancient Ruins, to read a retelling of a previous story of any sort. So I decided on Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. I loved this book. I am obsessed with Jack the Ripper as it is, but some of the details in here, there was pictures, there was illustrations of the letters. I don't know if I'll be able to find them. Yeah, there was illustrations of the letters that Jack the Ripper sent in to like the news and the police and all that. Yeah, there's some parts there that was like part of a letter. And there's like other illustrations as well. Yeah, so there's like actual pictures of places in London back in the no, it's not the 1900s, it's the 1800s. 1800, is it 1888? I think that's the year. Yeah, 1888. I ended up giving this 5 stars. Just some of the details were pretty accurate, even though it was fiction. And although I did figure out who done it by the end, I had an inkling. I really hoped it wouldn't have been this person. I really was hoping I was wrong, but I wasn't. Kind of a sad one that I was wrong. It still shocked me though, but yeah, I figured it out, but it was still sad that it was this person. I'll not say because of spoilers, but oh, I loved this book so much. It was so good. But the second one was Arithmancy, a work created by more than one author. And I did The Pretender by James Patterson and Andrew Burrell. It's just the last one on here on my Triple Threat bookshop short story collection thing. I gave this a 4 stars. It was pretty fast paced actually, and there was only 98 pages in that, so less than 100 pages, and the amount of action that was packed into that short amount of pages was was really good. I gotta admit, it's one of his best book shots that he's done. My other favourite is down here, here. It's called The Shut-In, and it's a bit like The Woman in the Window, where it's like the person has agoraphobia, and I really loved that one. That one's still my favourite, but The Pretender was really good. This one was about a thief that had basically gotten out of the trade and was trying to live his life with some stolen diamonds that he had. But one of his past people who employed him, you know, came looking for him and tried to kill him. But yeah, it was really fast paced. I really liked it. There was a twist in it. I guessed it, but at the same time, it took me almost to the last second for me to figure it out. So it was pretty damn near close. But yeah, it was really good for that. The third one was astronomy, and it's word star in the title. And again, I don't have this one, it's on script. It's Stargirl by Jenny Spinelli. Jenny Spinelli, the Stargirl book, was really cute and unique. I don't know, I just really liked it. I thought it was really sweet. I think I gave that 4 stars, like 3.54 stars. I don't know, I just keep saying it was cute and sweet, and that's like pretty much all I can say about it. I think there is a movie supposed to be coming out, apparently. I'm not sure, I think I've seen the trailer, but I can't remember. But it was actually really cute. I listened to it all in one day. I was listening to it while walking around Morrison's, and I thought it was really good. The fourth one is Care of Magical Creatures. Land animal on the cover. I picked Bumble the Brave Kitten by Sam Hay. That was originally Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. It's this cute little book about Bumble the Kitten by the Cats Protection League. And it's also about other true stories about fantastic felines. So it's like a short story collection. It's not very long, but I thought they were all really cute. And I think I gave it 3 stars because they were all just sweet. But yeah, I don't know, there's not really much to say about it. Yeah, it was just really cute with all the little kittens and their sad little stories. But yeah. The fifth one is Charms, and I got to start that a day early because I did the extra credit end of last year. I think it was November. So I got an extra day on that, and it was age line, read an adult work, and I ended up picking Zutu on the Triple Threat one. I've read the first book, and I didn't know that he was going to write more on this story. I knew there was Zutu, but apparently this isn't the last one. This was just a novella, like a filler, and I honestly didn't like it. I gave it 2 stars. The main character, Oz, I just didn't like him. Basically, the story is about like animals take over the world. I think there's a Netflix series on it. I really didn't like Oz. He was like I keep saying man baby. That's all I could come up with. He was just a man baby. He said that he was like super. I don't know what the word is. Basically, he just said that he loved his wife and his son, but he had a colleague that they were trying to figure out how to stop the animals. And he kept saying that she was hot, and I was like, mate, no. You can't have it both ways. I don't know, I really didn't like him. He was a man baby. He was just, no, I did not like him. I liked the animal side of it, the story. When you were in the perspective of his wife and son, and stuff like that, and the whole like medical, like behind the scenes type thing with the animals. But other than that, it was a 2 stars. You could tell it was a filler. I thought it was completely unnecessary to the story, to be honest. But yeah, that's how I felt about that. You win some, you lose some. Because like the last book shot I read, the Pretender was amazing, but this one was, to be honest, it was just shit. The 6th one is Defense Against the Dark Arts. Reducto, read a book that starts with R. And I'd picked Rogue for that. and because I DNF'd it, I had to pick something else to complete the challenge. And I picked an old favourite, was Revenge of the Living Dummy by R.L. Stine in the Horrorland series. I used to watch Goosebumps and read their books when I was really quite young, and I used to freak out because I hated anything horror. I mean, that's changed now, other than I still can't watch horror movies, but I can read horror, but these used to freak me out. I ended up giving it 3 stars. It was just about a girl having to fight the dummy, basically. But it was more sentimental than anything else. I think I gave it 3 stars, and it was just more sentimental than anything else. Yeah, I thought it was okay. Definitely got a bit of a thrill in there. Good old R.L. Stine. Number 7 is Divination, a book set in the future. And I don't know if this is all set in the future, but the start of the book is. So I think I got away with it. It's Attack on Titan. I am not saying that name. I'll put it there. But yeah. I thought this was actually really good. I think I gave it 3 stars for the first volume, because it is only the first volume, so I'm hoping it can only get better from then on, and I'm definitely wanting to get the other volumes as well. I'm not sure how long the series is, or if it's even finished, but I really did enjoy it. There were some funny bits in it. I think it was towards the end, and there was this part, there's like, when it's manga, there's it's like sounds are words. Like bang is like a gunshot, or clank is metal on metal. But there were 3 words that I was in stitches. I was at my uncle's while I was reading it, and I told him the words, and we could not stop laughing. I couldn't even stop laughing long enough to tell my mum why I was laughing so much. I had tears streamed down my face. It was funny. The first one was floomp. I'll have the words up on the screen. I don't know where they'll be. Floomp. And then the second one was squirk. And the third one was splorsh. Even now, they're just hilarious. I don't know what kind of action word or sound that is. But this is so funny. But it's just about titans, like massive, huge, gigantic, basically almost indestructible people, killing humans, like eating them. And these people, like a task force, are put together to stop them and all that stuff. Basically, that's what it's. Yeah, I gave it 3 stars. Number 8 is Herbology, is Plant on the Cover. Again, I listened to this on script, so it'll be up on here. It's Every Heart or Doorway by Shannon Maguire. This was a reread, but I listened to it this time. It's just like the Wayward Children series. It's about this girl Nancy coming to this school, I guess you would call it. Kind of like, a bit like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. It's where it's a bit like Alice in Wonderland. It's like after they come back from that magical world, they go to the school to help them adjust back into normal world and normal society. And some wait for their doors to open again so they can go back. There was like a whodunit murder inside of it, and I mean, I figured it out, but and also I knew what was happening the second time around, but it was still good. The magic was still there for sure, and I ended up giving it 4 stars. Number 9 is History of Magic, a book published at least 10 years ago, and I picked Volume 1 of Full Metal Alchemist. This is about like 2 brothers. One is a full metal thing, but that's not the Full Metal Alchemist. He's got a metal arm and a leg. And they tried doing this thing to bring someone back to life, and they lost something in return, which was like their body and body parts, and because they're alchemists that manage to like fix themselves up and stuff like that. And they're just going through all the things, trying to they had to like defeat this guy and stuff like that. It was really good. I'm kind of being vague, but I don't want to spoil anybody if no one's read it. But I ended up giving this 3 stars as well. I thought it was really good as well. But I just want to hold off on like higher ratings to see how good the series goes. I do have, this is the 3-in-1 of the first 3. So I hope to get to the other 2 of this soon. And I have 4, 5, and 6 in here as well. So I gave that 3 stars. Number 10 is Muggle Studies, and it's to read a contemporary. And I struggled with this one because I mostly read like mangas, thrillers, horror. I don't really read contemporary all that often. So, but this book I was meaning to read for quite a while. Love Simon, and it's just a closeted gay, and he's like online speaking to this person called Blue, and he's also in the same school and he's not come out either, and they try and figure out who's who, and then the emails get leaked, and there's like blackmail and stuff like that. And the whole time in my vlog that I was reading this, I just kept calling it sweet. It was just sweet. I think I cried once as well. Because it was just so cute. I don't know. I love Simon. He's so adorable. I do like him. Yeah, I gave this 4 stars because it really was just so adorable and cute. And I see what the fuss is about. It's adorable. I do have the movie. I've still to... I did start watching it, but I haven't finished it yet. So, cute. Number 11 is Potions, and it's Next Ingredient, and it's to read a sequel, and I don't have it, it'll be up here. It's Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shauna Maguire, the sequel to Every Heart a Doorway. And this one is mainly set around what happened with 2 characters that were in the first book, Jack and Jill. Jacqueline or Jillian. And deals with LGBT sort of stuff as well. So I thought that was really cute. It was definitely... I actually enjoyed it more the second time round. So I ended up giving it a 4 stars this time instead of 3 like I did the last time. I don't know what changed, but I definitely... connected with the Jack character, Jacqueline, more than Jillian, because she's... I don't know. But I really did connect with Jack on a level, so I thought that was really cool. The number 12, the last one is that it? Really? Oh yeah, this is the last one. Okay. It was Transfiguration, and it's to read a book with sprayed edges or red on the cover, and I ended up getting both of those in one, and it was One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I was skeptical with this one because I mostly read adult thrillers, and I thought that with it being YA that I'd be able to figure it out like pretty much almost instantly, like who done it. But no. This screwed with your head like I didn't even think was possible in YA. I was so shocked at this. I ended up giving it a 4 stars, but it's more of a 4.5. And wow, if I hadn't read Jack the Ripper, this would have been my favourite book of the Owls, but Jack the Ripper was. But this was really good. It was definitely almost a 5 stars. It took me until the book told me who done it for me to figure it out and be like, oh, well, duh. So, that was really good. It's like, there was a group of 5 kids, and then one of them dies inside of a classroom, and the other 4 kids are suspects, basically. And they have to figure out who done it. Basically, that's kind of it. I really did enjoy it, to be honest. And I can't wait to get on to the other one of ours. 2 Can Keep a Secret. I have that down in my cabinet. So, can move on to Tome Topple. the first one was to read an adult book, and I'd picked, I think it was Rogue for that, and also I couldn't do that. But I ended up swapping out for The President is Missing by Bill Clinton and James Patterson. I didn't manage to finish this in the time because I read this last. I ended up giving it was it a 4 stars? Yeah, I ended up giving it 4 stars because I liked their take on cyber terrorism and the fact that it could actually happen at any point because of technology is like so advanced nowadays. And I liked how with Bill Clinton there was some insider information, and I was like, ooh, I'm not usually a political person, but I really did quite enjoy it. And of course it's James Patterson, so it was short chapters, fast paced. Some parts, obviously not being political, I was kind of a teeny weeny bit bored, but other than that, the rest of it was spot on. It was really good. The second one was Tome That's Been on Your TBR the longest. I've had this for so long, and I keep saying, oh, I'll read it, but I never have. But I finally did. Was The Killing Floor by Lee Child, the first in the Jack Reacher series. Basically, he comes to this like small town, and there's a murder not like far from how he walked into it, and because he walked into the town after being dropped off by the bus. He had a massive long trek into the village or town, and apparently not far from where he was walking there was a murder, and I can't say, that would have been a spoiler, that was close, but he's connected to this person, but yeah, I thought it was really good, and he ends up getting arrested for it, not knowing who the person is at that point at the start, and just like basically madness ensues, and he has to like kill people and all that stuff, Jack Reacher. I've seen the 2 movies with Tom Cruise and that. I know that people are not too fond of the fact that it was Tom Cruise who played Reacher, because Reacher's meant to be like a 6'5", 250-pound dude, like huge. But the personality is definitely Tom Cruise, for sure. They got the personality dead on. I think Hugh Jackman was also considered for the role, and I think he would have been good for it. He would have been the more of the right size, because he can get pretty big, especially for Wolverine. He could have got pretty, and he's quite tall as well, I think. But the personality, I'd rather have the personality dead on than like the size of a person. But I actually enjoyed it. I think I gave it a 4 stars. Yes, did. And I would love to continue on with the series. I did buy the second book. It was in Tesco's. That'll be in my book haul that'll go up. Because I didn't have the second one. I have a lot of the series, just not the second one. So I finally managed to get that, so I can carry on. There was some parts, I think it's just his writing, where he was so descriptive when it comes to certain things that didn't hold any value to the story, to be honest. But it could be just as writing, I don't know. I haven't read any other book by him. But the whole time, you did not trust anyone other than Reacher. And Reacher's even a weird guy, so you just couldn't trust anyone at all. I mean, that's kind of cool though, how he did that. I don't know if it was on purpose or not. But yeah, you did not trust anyone. The last one for Tome Topple was a tome in a genre you don't usually read. And I ended up picking P.S. I Love You because contemporary, I don't really read all that often. And although my favourite book from last year was by Cecilia Ahern, my sister said, I don't know if she's read this, but she's definitely seen the movie, and so have I. But that was a long time ago, and I can't remember really what happened, other than the fact that her husband is played by Gerard Butler, and that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is in it. I like him. Basically her husband ends up dying with a brain tumor, and then you're going through the whole grieving process, and he leaves little notes for throughout the year to help her get back into like getting a job and going out, and just to help her get through the process. And I thought it was really sweet. But whenever there was anything to do with her husband, all I would hear was Gerard Butler's voice in my head. And I thought it was hilarious. He's got such a distinctive voice. And I'm giving it 3 stars just because I'm just not a romance person. I definitely thought it was sweet, but just not my type of thing, to be honest. I didn't hate it or anything. I thought it was cute and it was done well. But it's just not my thing. But I think that's all of the books I read in April. So a total of 15 that I completed and 2 that I DNF'd. So my social media, my Instagram and Twitter will be in the description. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Bye!